Hello everyone. How is everyone? I wanted to talk with you about the Walmart codes. What do they mean in a Walmart store? You know, a lot of times we hear announcements over a store's intercom. It's a common occurrence for most shoppers. Now, I only looked at the Walmart codes, but I'm sure in different stores, just like in hospitals, there are different codes. Like in a hospital, code blue means there is an emergency and they need a crash cart. Code red is fire, you know, and code silver could be an active shooter. And so there's different codes for different meanings. Code purple, which is a child over the age of, 12, or code pink is under the age. And so there's different really codes, that are used. But in Walmart, what does the codes mean in a Walmart store? Well, code brown means there is an act of violence in the store, a violent act. Code orange is a chemical spill, and you may want to stay away from that chemical spill. Now, code brown, if there is a violent act in the store, they might give instructions for you to leave the store. And then code red is a fire. So you may want to exit the store if there's a fire, because that could be detrimental and dangerous. So to get out of the store, and they may actually have everyone to evacuate. And code blue is a bomb threat. So if someone has called in and said they have planted a bomb, or they're in the store saying they're going to blow up something, it is important to get out of that store. Code white means there's just an accident of some kind in the store that has happened. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need to leave the store. It could be just some type of accident that has happened in the store. Now, code green is an active hostage situation. Someone could be held hostage in the store, and so they call code green. And if it's a hostage situation, that person, the perpetrator, may have a gun. And if you go in that area, they may actually want to take more hostages. So if you're able to get out of the store, get out of the store. If you're able to hide because you can't get out of the store, then hide somewhere where you think you're going to be safe and out of harm's way. Code black indicates severe weather. Now, if it's severe weather outside, you might want to stay in the store and, shelter in place if necessary, because in certain areas there are very severe weather situations that happen. Now, code Adam, a child in the store is missing. So if you see that child, you spot that child, it's always good to contact security, or, see if there is an employee walking around and, something like that to, you know, make sure that the child is found or located safe and put back in the, in the hands of their parents or guardian. Now, code 300 or 99 requests for security in that area. Now, it could be security for any reason. They could be watching a shoplifter. They may be watching a theft that's occurring. And then code spark means more cashiers are needed up front. You know how that goes. The lines are very long, and when you go in Walmart, a lot of the lines are very, very long in Walmart. So it's appropriate to call for more cashiers up front. And they have the self checkout registers, and not everyone really is pleased with the self checkout registers, but they use them anyway. Anyway, I hear people now saying that they are not getting paid to do the employees' jobs. So some people rather not use self checkout, and some people would rather use them. So it really depends on your preference. And then code 20 is a dry spill. So just stay clear of that area or aisle. And usually they will put up some type of barrier if an employee is aware of it or made aware of it. Just stay away from that aisle, a dry spill. And then if you even see water on the floor, make sure you're very careful, because you don't want to slip in a store. Although I didn't get a code for a wet spill in the store, but just to stay away from a wet spill. And then code 50, then when they call that, they're saying that shopping carts need to be gathered from the parking lot. Now, how many times have you went in a store, excuse me, and you needed a shopping basket and the basket, well, there were no baskets available? You know, and this is the season that this is probably going to start happening because of Christmas shopping, or Thanksgiving. Christmas shopping is coming. It's up on us. Matter of fact, Thanksgiving is next month. It will be up on us before you know it. So, you know, just be aware of that and be safe. Even with the shopping carts, they're not doing the due diligence too much anymore of cleaning them. You know, so you want to have wipes and to clean the shopping cart handle and clean your hands. And another thing is, some of the stores, like I've seen at Smart and Final, they have wipes to clean the carts. So just be diligent to keep yourself safe, your hands clean, use hand sanitizer. You know, it's going to be a lot of people out, and you definitely want to be safe and healthy going into this holiday season. And then code 1 is a shoplifter. And if you see a shoplifter, just I would say, you know, it is frustrating to see people stealing things because it does make prices go up. And when people say it doesn't have anything to do with me, it's not none of my business. But a lot of times it becomes our business after the fact, because if there's a lot of shoplifting in the stores, guess what? The prices go up through the roof, and you find yourself paying more for items that were less, or even just basic items that is a common item in your house that you need, like milk, bread, eggs. Those are all like expensive nowadays. Bread is really, really expensive. You can barely get bread for 99 cents anymore, a loaf. Now, milk is through the roof. Eggs is very expensive. Even margarine and butter. Those are like basic necessities that are people need, and it's so expensive now. And even like if you're, need cosmetics, body wash, soap, personal hygiene, all of that stuff is so expensive now. And not just because of shoplifters, but we see that the economy has really, took a big hit, and even gas prices are through the roof. But however, shoplifting does affect each and every one of us. And, again, but if you spot a shoplifter, usually because of what goes on, people, are just violent. A lot of people are just violent these days. People are going to usually just mind their own business. They see it and act like they don't see it and walk away. But again, shoplifting does cause price increases for everyone. And then code C is customer needs assistance. And a lot of times you go in the store, you don't see anyone, but there are stores that have phones that you can pick up and ask for customer assistance in the area that you need assistance in. So just a little, video giving a little information on what the codes mean. But I just want to encourage everyone. The most important thing to remember, though, is that if you do hear a coded announcement, never panic, since that won't help anyone, especially if it's a code where you need to evacuate the store. Be safe, and be safe anyway. Be alert, be careful of your surroundings. Be careful of having large bags when you go out shopping. Make sure you lock them up in your trunk. Do not leave bags in your car where they're visible on the seat, or purses or handbags, because people can mistake those handbags, like bags that have wallets or money, and it may not even be anything in the bag. I mean, I don't even like leaving a bag that I might have bought some French fries on my seat or something, because people are going around, and this time of year is very, very, more so, because they go around looking in cars to see if they can find anything. cell phones, wallets, keys, laying on the seat may not be your car key, but it might be a house key. You know, um, Keeping your glove compartments locked so that they won't be able to get into a locked glove compartment if they do break or shatter your car window. And if you have a tote bag and you are going to be shopping at stores, name brand stores, and a lot of people can afford to shop at Kate Spade and Michael Kors and Coach, and Tory Burch. There's a lot of expensive stores out here. So if you're going into those stores, or Nike or Adidas, those are things that people are interested in, stealing instead of paying for them. And so you want to carry a tote bag that you can hide, your bags in that bag to keep people from really seeing what stores you have been in, because some people will follow you out of the store and, to rob you. And some people will follow you to a jewelry store. They will track you, see where you're going. And that happened. I saw something over the weekend where this man, he went to a jewelry store and he purchased a ring for like $17,000. And some people, some criminals, and I will say criminals, were following him. And he left his door unlocked on the passenger side, and he had placed the package, his bag in the car, and they had actually flattened his tire. And they looked like they were changing the tire while one person walked up as if he was just strolling along and stuck his hand in the car and took the item out of the car. And it was a $17,000 piece of jewelry or a ring. And they just played the game. And it was 3 of them. So be very aware of your surroundings, of people coming up to you. Oh, I can help you. Just be very careful with that, because these people that are out here doing these things do not mean any good for you. Now, are there still some good Samaritans? Yes, but you don't know who to trust. A lot of people are afraid to trust anyone these days because there's a lot going on in this world. So just to give you a little, input and to, to encourage everyone to be safe, while you're out and about. Be safe out there. And if you're going to do any type of outreach, be safe. Know your surroundings. Know where you're going. And just be safe. So talk with you all soon.